Hey guys and gals, and welcome back to my playthrough of Yakuza 0. Now, last we left off, I believe I completed a few side quests, I believe. Yeah, one with the statue and the other one, what is it? Yeah, with Ryuji Goda. And in today's episode, okay, let me clean this up. Let me finish this first, because this is kind of fun.
Huh?
Get real, you leech.
Huh?
What's all this then? Screw your little sales tax. You want us to pay a tax every time we buy something? You bloodsuckers, you'll bleed the whole country dry. I understand, your anger is justified, but it's a necessary evil for the sake of the nation's people.
Huh?
Get stuffed. You're gonna pay sales tax on that fancy suit that you're wearing, you damn bureaucrat. This tax is only made to keep the common people down. Yeah, you vulture. That younger guy is sure taking some heat over some kind of tax issue. Guess it's my lucky day to run into the son of a bitch bureaucrat trying to spring the sales tax on us, all alone in a back alley no less.
Eh?
I don't like your tone, sir. I represent the voice of the general populace, and I'm here to tell you, we're fucking pissed. Yeah, why don't we give you a little taste of public opinion? Then you'll know what oppression feels like. But please, calm down. Violence isn't the answer. Don't do this. Let's just say that statement is a bit subjective. Uh-oh, this pot is about to boil over. Please, calm down.
Huh?
Shut it, asshole.
What?
Hey fellas, let's tone it down. No sense ganging up on one guy. Have a little pride, eh? What? You don't know who this cockroach is, do you? It's the pencil-pushing dickwad that came up with the sales tax.
Huh?
Sales tax? What? What? Don't you read the news? Don't you watch the news? It's a new tax they're going to start charging next year. Every time you buy something, they're going to charge you 3% more as tax. Isn't that ludicrous? Isn't that ridiculous? What? That is some bullshit. And this guy's the douchebag? That's highway robbery. Whoa, I'm about to lose it for a second there. Listen guys, I totally understand why it pissed you off, but beating this guy to a pulp isn't gonna make the sales tax go away, isn't it?
Huh?
Who gives a shit? The government needs to know what the people think of their shit policy in a way they'll understand. Direct action. Yeah, power to the people. If you ain't part of the solution, you're part of the problem. You wanna stick up for this mosquito? Then we show you the power of the masses too. So what you're really after is blowing off steam. Sure. See how far that gets you with me. Prepare for the revolution, asshole! Okay. Okay. Some of you may say this is very unfair, but considering it's 4 against 1, there's not fair to begin with. I'm sorry, I was out of line. It won't happen again. Heh, public outrage sure fizzles up fast. Thank you for stepping in. Those people were out for blood. I'm Taiho Matsuzato Taiyo. As in the sun. If I may, can I buy you a drink as thanks? That's a good name. I'm Majima. No need for any drinks though.
Yeah.
No, oh no, I absolutely insist. Sounds like you got your work cut out for you, huh, though. You're some kind of political big shot? Well, I don't have much in the way of rank or power, but I am in a position to help steer the country. I came to Sotenbori for a conference on taxation policy, but I wasn't prepared to face the public about it. Driving a tank called the government. Even if you're careful, people are gonna be pissed when you steamroll them. But you're trying to make this country a better place to live, right? You're gonna take some pride in that. Do you think so? I knew people would be unhappy with the new tax, but only on a logical level. When I saw how emotional they got about it, well, it was daunting. If they found out that the tax is only the tip of the iceberg and that there are more taxes on the way, I hate to think how the people will react. I mean, it is the tax that burst the bubble after all. What? More taxes on top of the sales tax? Right. Nothing's set in stone yet, but we're considering many more effective ways of generating revenue streams. In fact, in tomorrow's conference, I have to give a talk on some of those proposals. That's so. Well, I guess with everyone making such good money these days, you can't fault the government for wanting to get their hands in the pie. Yes, but as you see firsthand, we have to consider public opinion. I wonder if I can really come up with a tax policy that everyone could live with. Good luck with that. Even if they're throwing cash into the fireplace, nobody wants the government to hold out its hand. Yeah, that's where I'm stuck. I haven't found the right balance, and I'm a little lost at the moment. Well, I can't say I understand a lick of what you're trying to do, but take care of the country for us. Alright? But wait, Majima-san, can you help me just once more? Huh? You got another mob waiting to string you up?
Yeah.
Oh no, not that. I want to get your views on taxation. But what? I know less than nothing on the subject of taxes. That's why you're perfect. You see, I just had this idea. Perhaps someone who is completely ignorant of taxation can offer an entirely different perspective. You think? Please, Majima-san. It's no exaggeration. The fate of this country rests on your shoulders. Will you please give me advice on taxation policy? Yeah, sure. Okay, you win. Let's talk some taxes. Thank you. Your insight will be invaluable. But this is hardly the place for it. Can we go somewhere more appropriate? Sure, lead the way. Now you better keep in mind, I don't know the first thing about tax policy, so don't expect much from me. No, that's exactly why I asked you. I know you have some unique insights, not bound by typical conventions. So you basically open to strike gold in a copper mine. Well, let's just make sure you're not completely in the dark with a basic question. Sure. Majima-san, do you know why the government collects taxes from the people? To provide public service. It's for providing public service, right? Ah, yes. That's exactly right. I'm sorry for asking such a basic question. Just as you said, Majima-san, taxes are collected mainly for providing public service. Education, medical care, the police, fire departments, and so much more are paid by taxes. They are paid for services that the people need to survive. Yeah, we gotta build roads and bridges and keep it in working order, right? But there's more to it than that.
Hi.
Exactly. They also serve another purpose as it pertains to general wealth, but we don't need to go into that much detail. Like I said, there's a whole lot I don't know. Oh, but aren't you interested in where your money goes? It's always good to know more about taxes. Yeah, I'm getting a proper schooling here. Okay, let's shift the main theme. Majima-san, if you were in a position of collecting taxes from the people, what would you tax? Well, normally it's gonna be tobacco, but can you imagine if they start taxing, like, adult entertainment stuff? Like, if you know Japan, the market is huge and the revenue is just absolutely phenomenal. But you know, historically they went with tobacco, so why not charge taxes on tobacco? Tobacco, you say? Interesting. Since the government monopoly on tobacco products ended 3 years ago, has been a small tax on tobacco products. Yeah, I smoke myself, so I don't really want to pay a tax on them, but I suppose they're non-essential. And if you're gonna jack up taxes, it's the non-essential stuff that you start with. People might even be more likely to understand a tax on smokes, right? Oh, I see. A tobacco tax.
Yeah.
Yeah. A pack around 200 yen now. People bitch and moan, but I think they'll still fork over 300. I see. Interesting. At the 400 mark though, I think I'd have a long hard think about each pack being worth it. Yes, I think at that point I consider cutting back on my intake too. And what about 500 yen a pack? I probably quit cold turkey. You quit at 500? Well, we raised it incrementally. Huh? He started muttering all of a sudden. What else would you think would have potential for taxation? I think something that closely tied to everyday living would have the best potential. A tax tied to everyday living, huh? Pretty shrewd. Good luck taxing that. Pets? Nah. Yeah, I believe they went with gasoline. How about jacking up the tax on gasoline? Ah, a gasoline tax.
Yeah.
Why not? People with cars are obviously living it up here. Why not skim a little more off the top? The price on gas is dependent on the cost of petroleum, so people have experienced price hikes before. They should be used to price creep, actually. There's also a provisional tariff on gas tax. Yes, there's certainly room to raise taxes without too much notice.
What?
Hey, why all the money? Not feeling that one either?
Yeah.
Oh no, far from it. I think it's a fantastic idea. I will definitely follow on it. Oh, good to hear. Majima-san, anything else? Do you have anything else to say on the matter of taxation? Anything else about taxation?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right. Well, I was thinking about the sales tax those goofballs were all riled up about. Yes? So next year, we're gonna start paying 3% on top of everything we buy, right? Yes, that's how it works. Well, why stop at 3%? Sure, you can go in at that rate, but wouldn't you get more if you bump it up? That would be impossible. Majima-san, you saw what happened. Just 3% tax caused so much outrage. People wanted to tear me apart. To charge more would probably end in open revolt.
Yeah.
No, Tayo-chan. You ain't thinking. People are pissed cause you sprang a new thing on them, and you had to turtle up. You gotta think about the long game. The long game? Familiarity is a scary thing, my friend. Sure, people bitch and moan about this new shiny tax, but once it becomes a regular part of life, they'll move on to the next thing to bitch and moan about. And that's when you start gradually turning the screws. Every time you hike it up a little, you get some more blubbering, but they won't be screaming bloody murder like the first time you introduced the tax. Wanna know why? Because they be used to getting screwed. If something they already accepted gets a little worse, it's just a fact of life doing what they do. So if you want to pull in the cash, you gotta have a plan to really amp up that sales tax. Majima-san, I'm getting goosebumps. And I think you're terrifying, actually. Are you even of this earth? Hey, you really want to know? No, not really. Then, if the sales tax were to be raised, how high do you think it should be? High it should go, huh? You started at 3%, right? Let me see here. Let's go with 5%.
せや。
Maybe around 5%? I see, 5%. Yes, considering the burden it represents to the people, that sounds appropriate, but I get the feeling that would only be a temporary solution. That's so. I'm just thinking of what I'd be comfortable with. Personally, I'd be pretty pissed if it went higher. Maybe it went from the initial 3% to up to 5%, wait a little longer, and then hike it up to the proposed 8%. Then eventually we...
What?
Enough with the muttering under your breath, Tayo-chan. Oh, sorry. I was lost in my thoughts. Majima-san, I'm so glad I took the time to speak with you. You're a wealth of ideas. Yeah? Glad I was useful. Useful doesn't begin to describe it. Please, take this. It's just a token of my thanks. Ashwood? Okay, I better get going. I need to get back to the hotel and prepare my presentation for the tax conference tomorrow. Attaboy. Do your country proud. You hear?
Hi.
Yes, will do, Majima-san. I'll be sure to work in your advice. See you. Ew. Never figured I'd be in a position to give a guy in the business of running our country's advice. Tayo-chan seemed to get a handle on how to go about jacking up taxes, too. Good for him. Wait. Jacking up taxes? Did I just... If taxes go up, is it my fault? Nah. No way. Yeah, I believe this is basically a direct, well, either direct or a indirect reference to the bubble pop. You know, like during this time, there was the Japanese economy was basically a gigantic bubble, to say the least, and it's an economic bubble. And well, I believe they start jacking up the prices. That's when the bubble started to pop. Everything kind of fell down the wayside. Okay. Yeah, everything started to fell down. Like, I believe prices for... Ow. Okay, so like I said, they jack up the price. It fell harder than it needs to be. Well, basically the entire economy basically fell hard, and you know, the Japanese depression happened. Depression happened, and well, let's just say they're paying for it even now. So yeah, not exactly a sunshine and roses. But whatever. Go away.
Oh, 待てや、真島。
ああ？誰やお前。
オデッセイのもんやって言うたら心当たりあるやろ。
オデッセイ。望みの引き抜きなら山形と話はついとるで。
支配人が納得しても俺らが納得するか。よりによってうちのナンバーワンを引き抜くた。度胸しとるやないか。あんたお客様は神様や言うて客に土下座までするらしいやないか。夜の帝王かなんか知らんが情けない話やで。そんなに金が欲しいか。客には通用しても俺らに土下座は通用せんで。ま、試しにやってみてもええけどな。
お前らの言う通りや。お客様は神様や。うちの店に来た客になら土下座でもするし靴でも舐めたるわ。せやけど客やないなら話は別。まして喧嘩売りに来たチンピラなんぞに俺が優しいと思うな。
大層な口聞けんのも今のうちや。カマンやってまえ。
Okay. Okay. And bye-bye. Okay.
強すぎる。なんなんやお前は。
お前ら仕返ししたかったら店に来いや。客としてなら土下座でも何でもしたるわ。好きにせえ。ただその後どうなるかは保証せんぞ。お客様は神様やからな。
And, do I want to go do side stories or do I want to advance Majiba's little stuff? You know what? Just do it. Whatever.
「この町は牢獄や。俺が塀の外に出られんのはいつなんやろな。兄弟。
Kill the cage. Okay. Worth 3 million yen wedding ceremonies. Proof of resolve.
Oh, 兄弟。おう。例のあれ持ってきたんやろな。ああ。まがいもんは一切なし。堂島組経由で仕入れた正真正銘の本物や。拳銃は全部で6丁。1丁につき6発撃てるとして 36発発射できる。
36発か。
相手は上野義治とその場にいる清和会の連中全員。こないなとこ呼び出して何のつもりなんすか柴田。
単刀直入に言います。今日の上野義治の襲撃、真島さん行かないでください。
どうしてそれを？
あなたと冴島は今日出所直後の上野義治を都内のラーメン屋で襲う、そういう計画ですよね。実はあの計画ちょっと問題がありましてね、予定を変更させてもらうことになりました。このまま襲撃に向かえば堂島組長、いや島野さんにも迷惑をかけることになってしまいます。
兄弟はもう向かってねえや。じゃあ俺はどうしたらええんじゃ。
真島さん、
あんたは俺に兄弟裏切れっちゅうんか。このまま見殺しにせえっちゅうんか。
落ち着いて落ち着いて。
俺は行く。たとえどんな裏があっても構へん。俺にとって冴島はたった一人の兄弟なんじゃ。
真島さん、でもそれじゃああなたの身も。
うるさい、関係ないわ。こっちはそないなもんとっくに捨てる払ってきたんじゃ。
そうですか。それじゃ仕方ありませんね。おい、
柴田。
お前には失望したで、真島。
島野の親父。
極道にとって親の命令は絶対。お前やったらそんくらい分かっとると思っとったがな。
親父、兄弟は冴島はどうなったんですか？教えてください親父。
道を外した極道の行き着く先がこの穴蔵や。
親父、
安心せえ。別に殺しはせん。せやけどここにぶち込まれた奴はみんな殺してくれって泣いて頼むわ。なんでやろな。
親父、兄弟は教えてください親父。
Another shit night's sleep. Gotta get to work. Not much else I can do right now. You know what? Let me run around and see what kind of
じゃあ 邪魔や。
Okay. Crap, come on. Alright. Is there any... Side quest, sub-stories. Sorry. I have a gear. Oh, here we go. My daughter, please let my Yuri go. Eh? What's all this? Let her go. Your daughter is with us of her own free will. Your accusations have no merit. You people duped my daughter into joining. You fanatics! If you persist with your venomous blasphemy, I'm afraid that Sister Yuri will have to serve atonement for the sins of the mother. Atonement? Our adherence to pacifism makes the use of physical atonement distasteful, but it is at times a necessary evil. Now, will you please let us be? Yuri, what am I going to do? Yeah, this one... Yuri, what am I gonna do?
Oi.
Oi. I couldn't help but overhear you giving lips to those pajama-clad screwballs. Something up? Pardon me? And you are? Nobody special. Like I said, it sounded like an argument, and I wanted to make sure you weren't in any danger. So you were just passing by? You're not one of them? That cult?
Uh-huh.
Cult? Yes, those people I was talking to. Those people took my daughter, Yuri. What do you mean, took? So you're saying your daughter got swept up in the pajama party and hasn't come home since? Yes. I don't know who to turn to anymore. How old's Yuri's now? She's 20, just a college student. 20, eh? She's ripe for the picking, then. Girls her age are looking for freedom, and they must have had it on offer. But Yuri isn't like that. She's been duped by those people. By that cult. You sure they're a cult? Not just a bunch of kooks in pajamas? Yes. I didn't know anything was wrong until I got a call from school saying Yuri was missing classes. But she left home every morning, so I followed her one day, and that's when I saw her going into that cult's building. When Yuri came home, I confronted her about it. Rather than getting upset over my following her, she said, "What a perfect timing! You should join the order too." I never seen my daughter so vacant. She get this faraway look in her eyes whenever she talks about this new obsession of hers. I'm sure they've done something to her. She's also been spending her money on those expensive amulets and statues. I told her she needs to get out of this cult. But she ain't exactly listening to reason, is she? Right. The next day, the cultists just showed up and took my daughter away. They didn't resort to force, but they weren't going to leave without her either. I gotcha. I've gone to see them many times, pleading to see my Yuri, but they always turn me away at the door. I just recently lost my husband. If I were to lose my poor daughter now... Her daughter caught up in some weird cult and she can't even see her. That ain't right. Majima-san, was it? May I please make a request? Go for it. I guess I kinda stepped into this one anyway. If it's something reasonable, maybe I can help. Would you mind joining the cult for me?
You
want me to join them? What part of that is reasonable? Well, only disciples are allowed inside. Joining them is the only way to get in. I would sneak in myself, but they knew my face now. They know they would never let me pass the doors. I get it. Since they don't know me, I can join them and gain entry with no fuss. It sounds logic, but... You must think I'm insane for asking you to do this. We only just met, but I want my daughter back. Majima-san, please. Please help me. I will of course provide a reward of some sort. If you could even just tell Yuri that I want her to come home, even that will do, please. Sure. Well, can't very well say no now, can I? All I can promise is that I'll tell her to come home. You will? Oh, thank you. Majima-san, please be careful. There's no telling what the order of Munancho Hep Onats is capable of. Munacha what now? The order of that thing. You must learn the name. If you can't even get that much right, those cultists will never trust you. Right. Odd name for a religion, though. Anyway, don't you worry. I got this. I'll sneak my way in, make contact with Iori-chan, and then snake my way out. Thank you. Please take this, Majima-san. Handmade amulet. What's this? It's just a little charm I made to ward off evil. I think you may need it, Majima-san. For protection. Hope it really works. Please, please find my daughter, Iori-chan. Okay. And I believe that is another side quest. Well, another sub-story. Ay. Okay, I know I'm basically blue balling you guys with this, but this is where I'm gonna leave it off because it's nearly an hour for me and I want to keep this thing short. So thank you all very much for watching. On the next episode, I am gonna try and get that cult sub-story done, and maybe even do this guy's thing. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I do remember there's some kind of sub-story around here, though. Here and here. But what I'm after is basically the final fighting style for Majima. Well, the second to last fighting style. So yeah. Thank you all very much for watching, and I hope to see you guys and gals next time. Ciao.